Wayfeather Media presents Clairvoyaging.
What's up?
Hello. You might notice there was no cold open.
No cold open today.
Because we don't have a guest.
There's no guest
This
today.
is a shorter episode.
And we were going to consider just skipping the episode, but we said, you know what? No, we have a couple of updates. And we just also want to chat a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. First of all, we have a few announcements. We have a few updates. But more importantly, Frank has the reason for why we don't have a full episode today.
I had a friend pass away, old family friend, probably one of my first friends in my life. And his memorial was yesterday, which was Wednesday. So that was a bit of a shock. And yeah, I will very briefly just talk about a word of warning, everybody. Nothing about health or anything like that. Nothing weird.
Warning.
Yeah. But, I just want to remind everyone, if you're not aware, that just because someone pretends like they know what they're talking about when it comes to spiritual belief systems and stuff like that, sometimes they're just full of shit. I'm just saying, it was a nice memorial and all that stuff, but just because of some belief systems that are out there, the patriarchy as it is built into some of these belief systems are just a little more doom and gloom than is the truth that we are revealing as part of the show, as part of our discovery. And it's a bummer what's out there. And, this is my first time someone I'm close to has passed since we've started this podcast. And, I went into it definitely with a different mentality.
And you really had to protect yourself emotionally because as empathic people, it's easy to be susceptible to other people's emotions and energies in an environment like that.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I kind of avoid funerals. I know no one loves a funeral, but what I do not love really is having to go through, well, first of all, being around a lot of people that are having such strong emotions is very difficult. So I personally don't really get anything out of it. I already went through my own grief personally. And I think that's okay. You should be allowed to go through your grief however you want to go through it. But also, because of how they're family friends, I did want to be there and be supportive. And of my family too, my mom and my dad and my brother were there, and it was a good thing to do. It's a good thing to do this time
Some
around.
of it, yeah, sometimes it's literally just to be a support for others.
Yeah.
Not necessarily I need to go for myself to have closure or to have this processing of the grief or the community thing. Sometimes it's just they need me to be there. And I can feel that.
Yeah. Yeah. Lauren was being very encouraging. And
Was I?
I'm being nice. But it's good. I'm really
gotta go.
Yeah. I'm really glad I ended up going, but still, it's tough. But anyway, you get there and then you have to be confronted with, belief systems that don't necessarily align with you or reality. And it's tough. It can be tough. So the only time that I actually started getting obviously I'm mourning the loss of a friend. It can be an opportunity to feel a little closer because now distance is not a thing, right? Now distance is not a factor. You can communicate with that individual. Even though I have a hard time with the back and forth communication, I can at least communicate in one direction and I get feelings in return. While the person might not be around anymore, some of these people out there are just saying oh, he's gone. That whole thing, gone but not forgotten. I'm but really? But are they gone? They're maybe not here physically anymore, but it feels to me now like death is just phase 2.
Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting too, the things that people say because they don't know what to say. And
Right.
When my brother died, there was some, different beliefs and different sayings that I was that didn't help.
Yeah.
He's in a better place now, or which, that I kind of do maybe believe, but
yeah, but not everybody does.
Right. But now he's up in heaven with God. And I'd be you know what? I don't think my brother would like you saying that very much, honestly. So yeah, it's just kind of interesting going through the grief and also seeing how other people process it, seeing how the setup, like, you know, the church or the religious, how they go about the process of losing someone. And sometimes it can be really purposely somber and sad. And like,
that's exactly what I experienced yesterday. And like, again, I grew up Catholic. I've been around this. This is just my first time since I've had such a head change about all of this stuff. So going into it now, I'm like, dude, the gatekeeping that is perpetrated by the perpetrators. The gatekeeping that's perpetrated by, like, you know, the authorities of that religion or whatever are, it's like, dude, no, don't tell everybody this depressing shit.
It's a very like, I know better than you do. And let me tell you where his soul is now.
Yeah.
Or this person's soul is now.
Voyagers, here's what I'm getting to in the longest way possible. Don't forget that you are your authority in your spiritual journey. Don't let people tell you how it is. Like, this is your thing, and it is as unique as a fingerprint for you. So while it's important to be supportive of your friends and family and the people who need it the most, just make sure you don't get suckered into anything or any other belief systems when it doesn't work for you. Because I will say that at one point, when they are actually putting my friend into the ground, I started getting sad, and I realized, oh, it's because I have been, of course, it's okay to be sad. It's okay to be sad. But I wasn't sad before that. I was sad because over the course of like 2.5 hours, 3 hours, I was being inundated with some of the most doom and gloom language.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was like, after a while, it gets to you. I came in with a certain amount of energy, right? And I'm like, I'm going to be here for my friends. I'm going to be here for my family. I'm gonna hug the parents of the deceased. And like, that's a lot to manage as an empath. Like, you're already dealing with people who are trying to work through their own devastation. But then to have the authority in the room also be saying you should be sad in way more words than that. It's like I have such a distaste for it. Anyway, you're the boss, folks. You're the boss. Don't drink that Kool-Aid.
Yeah. You and I, Frank, have made it pretty clear to each other when one of us dies. Like, I'm like, don't do just celebrate my life. Do a party, you know.
Lauren, tell everybody what I tell you to do with me.
You've said a lot of things. One of it's like shoot your body out of a cannon or something.
Just to blow me up.
Like, dude, an explosion off at sea.
Fire me into the water. Hire a tank of sharks. It doesn't matter. Like, whatever. Like, the point
is, like, you know, direction.
I'll write it down.
Yeah.
It's probably not going to be the shark thing, though. That sounds horrible.
Yeah, that sounds traumatizing to everyone else.
Just set me on fire like a Jedi, and no one has to be there.
Like a Jedi?
Yeah. I know they call it cremation these days.
Uh-huh.
But in a galaxy far, far away.
You want an Anakin style, like, lit on fire?
Yeah, I don't like that I'm Anakin in this, but yeah, sure.
That was the only person I can think of that was being, like, set on fire on the
Qui-Gon Jinn. Yeah, it's a handful.
Okay, well, we have really run the gamut here.
I really feel like the Star Wars thing does not reach the demographic of this show.
Probably not. Yeah, you're not here for this.
I'm so sorry. All right.
It barely reaches me.
I know.
Okay.
That's the reason why there's no guest this week. Sorry.
Yeah.
We'll be back at it next week.
Yeah, we've got a lot of great guests lined up, so be excited for that. Okay. Now, we have some fun updates. Here's number one. We have new merch on our website. Isn't that fun?
I made a lot of stuff.
Frank designed some of my hand-drawn design. He made some logos.
That sounds nice, but I'm not.
No, it's just fun.
Okay, yeah, I'm not a good artist.
We have some like hearts and stars merch that accidentally became a thing because I kept making fun of Frank for saying it and just repeating it. Now I sign off on things sometimes as hearts and stars. So he made a little,
unofficial, official
catchphrase. Clairvoyaging. Yeah. So there's some merch that has the little Hearts and Stars design, some of our logo. Go check it out, clairvoyaging.com. And on top of that, we've got a promo code if you want to get a little 15% discount. So HS15 for Hearts and Stars. HS15 for the next week, which is August 15th through the 22nd. You get 15% off. So go check it out, see what you like.
And let's be honest, here's what's happening. We take 15% off. This is mostly drop ship. So I want you to know that Frank and Lauren are not walking away lining our pockets with your money. We're actually not. We're making probably $1 per sale here. But
you don't need this.
No. I just want them to know that this is as cheap as we can possibly make it. I just want you guys to have stuff. Have stuff. Get the stuff. It's pretty fun.
It's not necessary.
Whatever.
It's okay to sell merch.
I know it's okay to sell merch.
You don't have to say we're not making.
I wanted to tell them it'll never be cheaper.
Okay.
So it can't get cheaper. This is as cheap as it'll ever be, as far as I can tell.
Oh my God. You really see behind the curtain here.
Look, you know how I feel. You know how I feel.
Frank's anti-capitalism.
No, I'm not anti-capitalism.
You kind of are.
Okay, I guess I don't know.
It's fine. It's great.
I'm unclear.
It's TBD. Okay. Another announcement. We have put some really fun stuff on Patreon. For our paid members, we put our Wayfeather EP, which is a 5 or 6 song EP that Frank and I recorded when we first started dating. We gave it away as wedding favors at our wedding. I still love it. And it's available if you are a Patreon member. So head on over to our Patreon, become a member, and get access to our exclusive EP.
Wow. I actually still like it too.
Yeah. Also, we decided that it was time to release our pilot called Remixed on Patreon.
Yeah. So that's about a 20-minute pilot episode.
I'm in it.
Lauren and our good friend of the show,
Emily
sometimes
Bolsick.
Co-host, Emily Bolsick,
is
also in it.
You've heard her voice.
You know her.
And
the story is that 15 years after Owen passed away, Lauren and Emily's characters discover a bucket list that was made to do much sooner than when they found it.
It's Owen's bucket list, and it's an audio recording. The character Owen, it's loosely based on my brother Ian's personality. So it's kind of this journey of completing his bucket list on his behalf.
Also, fun news about that, if anybody cares, we also just discovered that we just got into another film festival with it, which I love the story still. I still love the story.
Yeah.
So that's our current project. Go on there and see it. You really can't see it otherwise because it's still in a film festival. So
it's not available to the public. So we thought it was a great time to release it to our Patreon members. Go become a Patreon member.
How much is it per month, Lauren?
$4.
That is so cheap.
Oh, my mind is blown.
Also, other projects coming up. I just want to drop a little seed here real quick.
Oh,
I just want to say that we may be talking about the clairvoyaging documentary soon.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're saying that?
Yeah, I'm going to say it.
Okay. We've been talking about it.
It's brewing.
As filmmakers and creatives and all that, we're like, that would be the next logical step with this.
We've met too many cool people. We have too many cool stories. And I have a lot of equipment.
We're sorry that we don't have like an official guest today or a real solid topic, but real life, sometimes things just don't happen the way you expect. And you got to just roll with the punches and say, what else can we do?
And also, while all that happens, I love you guys too much to not say hi once a week.
Yeah.
Hey, one more thing though. There's one more bit of news.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing to me later?
Oh yeah. I'm doing an attunement, a placement for Frank. He's getting Reiki level 2 this afternoon, later today.
Lauren's going to attune me. I'm booking my first ever mediumship reading, especially with my friend just passing away. I was like, oh, okay, come on.
Yeah.
So I'm going to see if we can do that as an episode. I would love it to be a live reading. If it gets too personal at any point, I'll just edit it and make it. It's fine. But I'm an open book. So, and that's kind of it, isn't it?
Yeah, we love you guys. Hug your friends. Tell your family you love them. Life is really short. That's just part of this. And yeah, you continue to be on the other side, but like live your life, this life right now.
Authentically.
Please and how you want.
Please be you.
Yeah.
Please be you.
Thank you so much for just being on this ride with us and letting us be ourselves and be vulnerable at times and hearts and stars.
Hearts and stars. Till next week, guys.
Bye, guys.
Thank you for listening. Visit www.clairvoyaging.com for show notes, merch, or just to say hi. If you'd like to support our journey, visit www.buymeacoffee.com/clairvoyaging. This has been a production of Wayfeather Media.